So, hi everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining us for the orientation session of GDSC Amity Noida. I am Aditya Obrai. I am the lead here at this GDSC, and I'm really happy to have you all here with us today. Now, first thing we're going to probably talk about a little is that you see that Google Developer Student Club logo up there and you see GDSC written, but not all of us really know what GDSCs are, right? Because chances are you're in first year, you've just entered, you've seen 10 different clubs with their promos, and this is one of those. But let's talk a little about what GDSC actually is. So, GDSCs or Google Developer Student Clubs are community groups for colleges and university students who are interested in Google Developer technologies. And these are communities open for all undergraduate or graduate programs with students, with an interest in growing as a developer. And the best part about this is that these are open for all. You know, any and every college can have a GDSC. It's just a matter of applying at the right time. That's all it is. Beyond that, by joining a GDSC, students grow their knowledge in a peer-to-peer learning environment and build solutions for their community, local businesses, and beyond. These are definitely components of GDSCs, and these are impacts that students in GDSCs have made in the past as well. I know the building solutions part can worry a few folks. Don't think too much about that. Right now, we our priority is to ensure that we're all learning and growing. So that's something that's gonna come with time, not something you need to worry about right now. And yeah, last but not the least, Google Developer Student Clubs or GDSCs is a program that is directly supported by Google developers. So the Google developers team at Google here in India is the one that is supporting our club, our community. They have support for this platform, these resources, all of that. This is all supported by Google directly. There are a few benefits of joining GDSCs. In specific are, of course, considering that, we're all from Amity, Noida, and this is the GDSC for Amity, Noida. So I'm going to jump into a few of those benefits now. The first benefit is that you can connect. You can meet students interested in developer technologies at your university. All are welcome, including those from diverse backgrounds and different majors. The most wonderful aspect of a program like GDSC is that it does not restrict you to a certain degree, a certain background, a certain year. Wherever you are, from wherever you are, whatever you're studying, if you want to connect with people, meet together, we have a space for you. This is a community for everyone here. And at GDSC Amity, with our Discord community that I'll be talking about later as well, we actually keep it open for all. So we realized that once we transitioned into this virtual scenario, anyone from anywhere can join in. There was a time when these were in person, so there was a location restriction, but in virtual times, we can have folks from from everywhere. So we try to keep an open community model here. Knowledge, resources, network should be accessible by all. That being said, yes, there are some initiatives that Google limits for certain campuses, which we do respect. But beyond that, the community is for everyone to join in. And I see the Discord has been pinned. I will also share about that later, so don't need to worry. All right. Now, the next big perk is, of course, learning. You can learn about a range of technical topics and gain new skills through hands-on workshops, events, talks, and project building activities. And these are both online and in person. Right now, we're prioritizing on online, of course. Once things start opening up, we will consider an in-person mode, but that will, however, be subject to the scenario at that point of time, rather than, it doesn't disregarding all that. We're not going to rush into in-person stuff immediately. We're going to spend time to understand the situation, but online is going to continue anyway. I think some of you might have gotten that first taste of this as well if you've just been if you just joined the 30 days of Google Cloud program, which Raghav will talk a bit about later as well. But that being said, we're going to have learning initiatives supported by Google throughout the year. So right now we have Google Cloud. A little later, we're going to have something around Flutter. There's going to be something around Android. There's going to be a bit around web from what I remember. There will be an ML campaign to talk a little about TensorFlow, and we will actually have a second cloud campaign as well. So if some of you did totally missed out on 30 days of Google Cloud, there will be something else later on down in the year as well. Beyond that, of course, we have the Google Solution Challenge, which is going to be a little way long down the line, but that's essentially a larger ideathon and hackathon combined together. It's a uh, long duration competition which spans over a few months and actually is a competition that happens at a global scale. So all of these are different components of how we will be trying to support you and get you access to learning and competitions, of course, that are directly supported by Google. Along with that, considering that these are open communities, we're open to collaborations. We will have discussions beyond Google technologies. We're not limiting ourselves to any specific topic. We want to make sure that you're all able to get access to information and knowledge that you want. And if that means we need to delve into other technologies, that is something that's totally all right for us. We have mentors for in within our community, within our core team. We have people with very diverse skill sets. So we will try our best to ensure we're able to enable you all with the necessary technologies and skills. All right. Now, connecting and learning, of course, are major aspects. The third big benefit of a GDSC is growth. When we learn, when we interact, when we collaborate, when we upskill, it enables us to apply all of these factors and build solutions for our own problems, whether for our own localities, whether for our community, whether for our own selves. Even that's good enough, honestly. So this is also a space where you can advance your skills, career, network, and give back to others by A, helping them learn, B, helping them build, C, building for them. Those are all ways by which you can work and grow, and those are all totally valid. So we will be working on these. One way, of course, that we're going to be focusing on very soon is that we have a collaboration coming up with another GDSC from Triple IT Kalyani around Winter of Code, for their Winter of Code, which is a long duration open source centric um, initiative. Apart from that, for smaller learning but participation activities, we will have some open source activities of our own during Hacktoberfest. And that's something we're going to be sharing more about in the next few days as well, because we do hope to have an activity on the second weekend of this month. The first weekend being, the first 2 3 days. So around the 9th or the 10th, we do plan an initiative that we're going to share more about a little later as well. And you know beyond that, as you know, when growth goes, we have other collaborations with hackathons, with external communities. We'll be sharing about DevFest, which is the Google developer groups, the professional GDG's largest event of the year. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to grow that we will try and enable you with. Beyond the ones we come up with, we want you to let us know where you need support, where you need help as well, and we will try our best to enable that for you. So yeah, now that we talk about initiatives we will work on, I guess I teased Hacktoberfest that's coming up. Beyond that, Raghav, I would love for you to elaborate a little more around 30 Days of Cloud and what we'll be trying to achieve there. Because I know that when it comes to 30 Days of Cloud, the swags and the goodies and all of that about the competition are for folks who were able to register, but the learning is for everyone, right? That is something that anyone can access. And we want to make sure that at this point of time, regardless of whether you are in that program or not, if you want to learn about Google Cloud or cloud computing in general, you should be able to do so. So Raghav, do you want to take on and share a little about that?
Yeah, sure. So, 30 Days of Google Cloud is an initiative by Google so that people can get started with the Google Cloud journey. Like they can get to know what exactly Google Cloud is, and they can perform different things. Like if you go to Google Cloud and if you want to create something on Google Cloud, then you need credits. But with this program, you get a monthly subscription and you don't need to pay for any labs or for creating any resource. So it is a completely hands-on learning, and using which the benefits are you get hands-on learning and you can like get skill badges from Google Cloud, which you can like of course add to your resume, and it will certainly boost it up. And so there are two tracks that we'll be focusing on. One is for cloud engineering and data science and machine learning. Since the registrations have ended, and I think most of you like there was some problems with the registrations, and not everyone could get into the program. So for them, we will have sessions every week. Like we are planning to have sessions mostly every week, where we will be discussing about all the tracks that are present in the 30 Days of Google Cloud program. We'll be sharing the resources. We'll be telling you and guiding you how to do that, so that at least if you are not a part of program, you can like actually see how it works. And soon we'll have another something bigger coming up regarding cloud as well, which we'll share in upcoming weeks. So yeah, this is all about Google Cloud.
Thanks a lot for sharing that. Apart from that, the Hacktoberfest initiative that I was talking about, we're going to start off with the weekend, but there's going to be more components to that. So, Hacktoberfest is one of the largest celebrations of open source in the world that is run by DigitalOcean. And it is all about helping people get started and help and enabling open source developers and maintainers to grow those projects and contribute and collaborate together. So, for our initiative, we're going to start off, well, on around the 9th or the 10th. We're going to have a day of events where we will have hands-on workshops around how to use Git and GitHub to contribute. We will have another session probably on a technology by one of the core team members along with us. I know some folks who are interested right now, but that's something that we're going to finally share very soon. Along with that, there will be components of actually contributing beyond those sessions on that day. That those sessions aren't just gonna be that, you come, you listen to us, and you leave. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna have actual activities for you where you can try and collaborate and get your hands active on that. And for that, we will keep you all in the loop. You will get more information about it. We'll be sharing about it on this platform as well. So chances are you'll get an email notification anyway. And apart from that, the GDSC Amity website that we're working on, we might take open source contributions from you all on some aspects for it. Right now, it's being built in private. Ayushi has been working very actively on that. But we might just open up some aspects for you to take up and contribute if you have the necessary skills. Our stack is based around React, from what I remember. So that way, I think it could be another good way for a few of you to get that start. So those are a few things that we have. Beyond that, a lot of our members here are active in other communities as well. I am professionally working as a DevRel engineer with Apprite. Ayushi, Raghav, they're involved in the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors as well. Raghav has an activity coming up around Unity, for example. And that's also something we're going to be sharing about. So we are going to make sure that you have access to such initiatives, opportunities to, get involved in a variety of communities, to get involved with the variety of technologies, to be able to interact with folks or trying to work or trying to get that word out in communities and build your network and grow. Now, of course, with any such initiative, these don't run alone. Even in our case, we have a team that is backing a core team that we have spent quite a little while going through selecting. We had folks who applied first, a few of them were shortlisted, got into interviews, and we finally come up with our core team that we're announcing for the very first time today. So the core team for this year will have Ayushi, Khushi, Raghav, Sanskriti, and Manya. Huge round of applause for all of you. It wasn't as easy of a process as it might seem. So I'd love for you all to take, go one by one and introduce yourselves, talk a little about what sort of tech you work with, and, just any word of advice you have with our audience. I would love for you to share that. So I'd love to start with Ayushi.
Yeah, hello everyone. I am Ayushi. I am currently in third year. I am pursuing BTech CSE. So most of you guys would already be knowing me, but for those who don't, I am very passionate about one development. And for me, communities have always helped me grow. And whenever you're stuck with something, you don't have to go to platform to ask your queries, your doubts. And even if you are stuck, I'm not even saying about technologies, just about technical aspects. Even if you're stuck in your life somewhere, and you're not able to get what should be the solution, you always can help. People are always there in communities who can help you out. So I think my advice for you guys would be, please interact, please grow as much as you can, help as much as you can, because trust me, that will be a very fruitful process, and that will be a very, joyful process for all of you guys. And I hope to see you guys, all of you guys, in most of our events. So yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot for that. Khushi, you wanna go next?
I would love to. Hey everyone, I joined a little late because I had to upload due to something. But hi everyone, my name is Kushi, and same as Ayushi, I'm an undergrad pursuing computer science from Amity University as well. Talking about my technical skills, I love Android. I love sneaking around Android and Kotlin as well. Other than that, I love communities. I think community is the best way where you can just learn and expand and grow with others. So, other than I'm also a Generation Google Scholar, I am also a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, and I'm part of different communities. So, if you want help, if you want any help around Android, Kotlin, any such thing, I'll be always here, and I believe all the GDSC team members would be always here to help you out.
Thanks a lot for that. Raghav, you're gonna go next.
Hey everyone, I'm Raghav and I'm also a third year student at Amity University, Noida. And I have been playing around with Unity and like Spark AR, like to create Instagram filters. And like my major stack has been to create augmented reality and virtual reality things, like because it is something that excites me. So, and I'm also a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, and I've also worked with graphics as well. So if you ever need anything, any help regarding Unity or augmented reality, you can feel free to reach out to me. And what I will say is like be active, be interact with as many as people as possible, and get your Twitter and LinkedIn active. Like it really helps you to connect with a lot of people. And like if you need any help, then you need not to go around here and there. You can like just go on these platforms and connect with people whom you need help, and they would be more than happy to help you. So yeah, that is what I need to say.
Awesome, thanks a lot. Sanskriti, I'd love to hear from you now.
Okay, hey everyone, I am Sanskriti, and I'm also pursuing computer science engineering from Amity Noida. I'm in second year right now, and I'm trying my hands on Android development and Kotlin. And currently, I'm a Google Women in Genius Scholar too. So I would just like to give in the one advice, although I'm not that qualified. But then that always keep your LinkedIn and join communities, as I also got to know about opportunities from LinkedIn, from people, from Aditya Bhaiya, Khushid, and all of the members. So yeah, just keep them updated, check them out, and learn from people. I'm also looking forward to learning new things.
Thanks. Awesome. Anya, we'd love to hear from you.
Sure. So, hi everyone. I'm Manya, and I'm in the sophomore year of BTech in CSC. And my technical skills include I'm still learning web development, and I'm interested in AI and ML as well. And being a part of GDSC has definitely been one of the greatest experiences, and I'm sure it's going to be nice as it goes ahead. And I've always wanted to be a part of a community wherein we can collectively grow and learn together. And I'm sure GDSC would provide me such a platform. And I would love to grow and learn within this community. And as far as any advice is concerned, I would totally agree with Sanskriti. Be active on LinkedIn and keep your profiles updated. And yes, we have these seniors like Aditya Bhaiya and Khushidi to guide us for sure. So you can reach out to them. Thank you.
And Ayushi and Raghav.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Yeah,
Thanks, Sam.
all of these people have been doing some amazing work. So that's definitely there. Now, right now is a time just we'd like to take any queries. Don't worry, we don't have a very extensive PPT. So just I'd love to take any queries at this point. You can send them in the chat or use the Q&A section. So I think the first query that I see here is, do we require a particular level of knowledge before joining the club? The answer is no. For members, this is a place where you can start learning and take your first steps. So if you have some background knowledge about any tech of your preference, great. But even if you don't, it's okay, doesn't matter. We're there to help out anyway. I saw Kotlin or Dart. Kotlin for native Android, obviously. Kotlin and Java, both, having knowledge is great. For cross-platform stuff, though, Dart and Flutter are a great option along with, well, JavaScript with React Native and my own personal favorite, C Sharp and all. For Xamarin, which is now going to be .NET MAUI, but that's another story altogether. That's going to be good, but, well, a very different scenario. So we'll let that aside. For now, Dart and Flutter for cross-platform are great. Any other queries anyone of you might have? GDSC, Amity collabs with other GDSC, and that's okay. Do different clubs inside Amity also collab? We can, if there's any club with ours as well, at least. I can't say for every club at Amity, but if any club wants to collab with us, we're very open to collaborations. So we'd be happy to do that. Of course, what happens is that different clubs at times have different priorities and different focus areas. But and I obviously can't say for any other club, but with ours, we're always open to collaboration. That's always an option. Alias, yeah, they've been doing cool work with open source stuff. We'd be happy to collab. They actually have a dedicated channel in our server as well. So you can communicate with Alias folks there. There's an Ask Alias channel in our Discord. So please feel free to reach out to them there as well if you'd like to. What should be the first step as a fresher? First step to what is the question. Someone wants to move towards software, someone has other plans. There's a lot of stuff you can take a first step towards. So first thing is to maybe think what you want to take your first step towards, and apart from that, it's first year. Don't forget to enjoy. You can come and relax. Don't leave your work. Don't forget your work, but make sure to have some time to relax and enjoy and chill. App development, great domain to get started in. Khushi and Sanskriti can help you out with that if you want advice on that front. We also last year had an Android Study Jams initiative. We probably will have something similar this year. So keep an eye out for that. You already registered for AAIC. All right. So what I want to mention here is that with our club, we're more of an open community. The club term is designated by Google. All right. So this is really an open community that you can join. And it's totally okay if you want to hop in. We don't mandate any activities or events. So whether you want to stay active or not is on you. We're not going to enforce that. That being said, it's still a great space to stay active, to keep learning. So why not? It's always going to be beneficial. Are there going to be interviews or aptitude tests to get into core team? So the core team for this year has been selected. Next year's process will be defined by next year's lead. But for this year, what we did was we took an application, like it was a form where we just asked why you want to get involved in communities, just checked if you have any experience. Even no is okay, but it's just for us to understand where you're coming from and what you're good at. And based on that, we shortlisted folks and then there were interviews. So that was our process. Right now, core team applications aren't going to be open because we do have a limitation from Google side that we should keep around 5 core teamers. But beyond that, mentors are still an open space, which we're going to be talking more about in the days to come, which will be more technical, I guess, in nature, or well, we can have community focused mentors as well. That's totally all right. But that's something we're going to open. That's going to be more voluntary, and it unfortunately we won't be able to take more core teamers at this point of time. What are tracks in these clubs? Some clubs have different priorities. For us, since we have different Google technologies we want to work on, we're going to have a variety that we'll be covering. So there's going to be cloud focused, mobile focused, cross-platform focused, ML, a bit of web. So probably those 5 will cover somewhere throughout with the year, because Google has different initiatives they're going to be sharing about around these. Congrats to Sanskriti and Manya. Would you like to share your journey about how you became a part of the core team? We have a query dedicated especially for you.
Okay, so journey as in okay, so we applied for GDSC and then we got a message that we got shortlisted and then we had an interview. So nothing as in preparation or any interview like any technical stuff much, but yeah, you just need to be active and just prepare the
Just need to
organizational
be
skills.
honest with yourself, I think. In
On the
every
technical
interview.
front, yeah.
Yeah,
Like that's the
this is a
thing.
very generic advice that I'm gonna give, but I think it's the most useful one. You just have to be honest in your interview. If you know what are you great in, if you know your work, if you know yourself, I think you would be able to ace the interview very well, just as these two girls did that. So
Yeah. And like honestly, as far as technical and other stuff goes, yes, there is a technical component to it that we review based on what each person submits in their application. So chances are we will look at the GitHub, we'll have a chat just for a basic understanding. But beyond that, there is a lot of other stuff that we look at for a community centric role, because core team has a lot more beyond just a technology as well. So we do try to look at more versatility on that front. Now, if you join, do you get a t-shirt for core team? No, last year there was no t-shirt for core team. Google sent a duffel bag instead. So yeah, but just saying, some of the other initiatives do have t-shirts. That being said, please don't do it just for a t-shirt or a sticker. There is a lot more you can get from these. And honestly, if you keep doing good stuff, you're gonna get t-shirts and hoodies and bags and whatnot anyway.
I can
You'll
agree
get
with
you'll
this.
you'll get some really nice stuff like this as well. So just a tease, but yeah.
Yes, please don't run behind the swags.
Do good work, you're gonna get swags anyway. That I promise you. That's one thing I've realized while by working in communities for 2 years. You're gonna get swags anyway if you keep doing good stuff. So don't worry about swags. There's a lot more you can run after. HTML, CSS, and JS, and what can you do next in web development? All right. So for more technical queries, you can actually hop over to our Discord and ask, and Ayushi can definitely help you out there on that front. Ayushi is a web developer herself, so she'll help you out on that front. Can we, Abira asks, can we guide on what all things you should participate in? Honestly, you should participate in stuff that interests you. Don't just run after things that might seem like a nice public throw. Actually try to feel if you're interested in initiatives and technologies, and if you are, go after them. We'll help you out, help you figure out how you want to go about those. But work based on your interests. It's going to help you a lot. I just need to take a sip of water. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I can take the next question.
Yeah, I think the next one was around WordPress development. I want to actually ask why WordPress. Sure, there are roles around it, but I would recommend pushing yourself a little more than beyond WordPress. That being said, you can probably Google search and you'll find enough spaces and tutorials to get started. But think about why WordPress. That's gonna be my first question. How we can learn here. So, Gunjan, that's exactly what we're talking about. Our initiatives, it's one thing to be in the core team and contribute, but as members, you're not expected to lead events. We're here to help you get started with those activities. So when we talk about Hacktoberfest, for example, we're not going to throw you in and say you have to do this and contribute here and get your pull request and everything. No, we're going to show you how to do it and then have a basic scenario for you to try it out. And if you get stuck, we're there to help you. So we're there to help you at these steps. We do expect some independence that, once we're sharing, it is on you to try and make mistakes and try harder and try again. But we're there to help you out for all of that. You don't have to worry about standing alone and learning everything on your own. These are beginner centric activities. We want to focus on that because we were all beginners once. So we recognize the problems that come. And you're not gonna be alone in this. That I promise you. Vijit, how do we juggle college studies and this? That's something that you have to prioritize on your own. I will not ask, like, at least here, I will not ask you to say that, for college studies, leave college studies and do this. That's something that you have to personally take a call. I will not endorse that. But at the end of the day, the value proposition is something that, is visible. So you have to understand that. if cloud, for example, interests you and you want to work towards that, you have to think whether you would be comfortable leaving a class or leaving an assignment and focusing on this. And if you think your assignment is what you need to do and your class is what you need to do, please, that is just as important. The learning here, you're gonna get anyway. We're not gonna enforce an attendance and all. It's just that you have to figure out how you want to work on your time. And you don't have to do it every time with classes, right? Spend a weekend on this sort of stuff if you want. That's a comfortable space. We'll try and ensure we don't have clashes with classes and all. We don't want that happening. And I'm not gonna ask anyone to bunk stuff for this. Please don't do that. We don't endorse that. So you don't have to leave classes, but as far as general studies goes versus this, these are gonna be real world technologies we're focusing on. So if you see that value here, it's good for you to try out, but that's a personal call you'll have to take. Good point. If you want to discuss startups, well, at least later on I can have a chat. I'm working at a startup now, so I could probably have a little chat about that. I don't see too many other questions here. And I think we're also getting closer to our time to finish because we know we've been on here for a while. So I'm gonna move forward. And apart from that, the Discord is a great place to interact. You can ask all of these questions there, and there are people to help out. So I'm gonna move forward at this point. But lovely queries there. Thanks a lot for that. So we're starting off with one digital swag for you all. I think some of the people who joined in earlier got access to this, but you can check it out now. For all of you members here, we have a digital badge you can have for your Google developer profile. So all you need to do is hop over to that link, bit.ly/GDSC hyphen Amity hyphen member hyphen badge. It's a long link. So we also have it in the chat here. Let me see. We did add it to the chat, so you can check it out there. I'll just paste it again.
Pinned the link, so I think people can see that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just that was the other link as well. So that's what I was looking at, but I'll throw it in here. That's a badge you can have on your Google developer profile that shows you're a member of a GDSC, which is nice, which is pretty cool. You can actually share about it on your socials and all. And feel free to tag GDSC Amity and us core teamers. We'd be happy to, escalate and help your tweets get more reach, or your posts and shares, whatever. So that's a little thing. The link is here. You can always check it out. The second thing that we do hope from you all is, please join our Discord community. It is going to be our primary communication medium. We have, there are different fresher groups and other stuff that you have that, you can access, but this is going to be the primary place for discussion around GDSCs. We're going to have announcements here. All our initiatives will be shared here. So please join this. This is going to be important. And this is one thing that we actually expect from all team members. And you can find the links for all socials and all here as well. We'll have people sharing about those today. So you can access those here. All right. We do have an Insta page, Sahil. You can search it as GDSC Amity. That way you can probably find it. All right. So do check it out. Beyond that, though, we're also going to be very active on LinkedIn and Twitter. To other good places where you can have a chat or follow at least to keep getting information. The Discord link is here, so you can access it now. All right, then that kind of brings us to the end. Thank you so much for joining in, having this chat with us, just listening to us and interacting with our core team. We had a great time having you all, and we hope to see you all in our Discord with us, learning with us, sharing with us. You can always go ahead and do that. And I think someone has Khushi's information here. Those are Khushi's socials. Please go follow her. Great person to follow. You can always do that.
Vijit asked us to share
Our
everyone's
pages.
socials.
I thought,
Yeah.
okay, all right. I'll send over
Basically,
my
yeah.
so you can find all my different socials on my website. I'm sending over the link where you can find those. All right, so that's
Go to a DSC community page and there you can get all the socials. I think. Aditya?
Those are that has the Twitters. If you want to share your other
That is
socials, you can do
just
that as well. That is just
yeah.
Twitters. But like the link, like for me at least that I've shared, that one has all my different socials, all platforms where you can reach me. So feel free to do that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna stop recording now.